My name is TJ Gamble, and this is Brewzle. But what does it actually take to get one of these in the state of Alabama?
So all told, we spent about $400, but this is what we got.
That's a good whiskey. There's a lot going on there.
All right, we should be live. Hopefully y'all can see me. Hopefully you can hear me. Let me know how it looks over on TikTok especially. I'm trying to check it out. It looks like we're looking pretty good right now. So hopefully all is going well with all of y'all. Hopefully the quality's coming through. Looking good, Uncle Nate says over on YouTube. Will it or won't it? That's what I should have titled the thing right there. Stephen Hill in the chat. Josh Man was here just a little while ago, and Gonzo as well on YouTube. See a lot of folks pouring in here on TikTok. Sting, it's lost. Great. Awesome. TikTok good to go. Fantastic. I'm going to mute the audio on the streaming rig over there because I can hear it through the headphones. Y'all might get a little feedback. Much better. Nice. Damn good quality. Well, I swapped back to this microphone. I didn't like the microphone. Y'all might not be able to see it over on TikTok. It's this guy here. I was using this mic, and it just picks up a lot of background noise. There's a lot of reverb. So until we get the other studio setup going, I think I'm going to go with the big mic here. So we're going to have some fun today. What's up, John? Let's see. Who else we got? High West Prisoner release comes in on Monday. Nice. Awesome. Yeah, $1,000 for a bottle of Pappy is a lot there, Raul. Zachary, we are streaming right now on TikTok and YouTube. YouTube.com/Brewzle. The TikTok is it's kind of cropped in so you can look at it portrait. The YouTube is going to be in landscape mode and probably a little better quality. Even though you're seeing the same camera, the same feed, TikTok really compresses it down. So DKG over on YouTube's here for a while. Brandon, yeah, no problem, man. No problem at all. Finally got some Antique 107, the reel says. What's going on, Alex and Will in the chat? For under $20, Evan Williams Bottle and Bond is going to be my favorite bottle of whiskey. Need to try Texas Ranger. I'll keep an eye out for that. 2022 birthday bourbon. I have one. I haven't opened it yet. Let me know what you think about it. Early Times, yeah, for under $20, Early Times Bottle and Bond is the best. Military history. I just posted a video over on youtube.com/Brewzle where I go over my top 5 bourbons for beginners. It's actually 8 because I can't count. So let me set up what we're doing today, and then I'll try to get back caught up with the chat here. What we're going to do is I've had this bottle of Willet Pot Still for quite some time. A lot of people hate on it. There's a lot of people that think it's a beautiful bottle and it's a mediocre to bad whiskey. Now, I don't think it's bad, but I think it gets a lot of hate because this is a top tier grade A bottle and the whiskey in it is just fine. So what we've done is I've had my wife blind 4 bottles here. One of them is this Willet Pot Still, and 3 of them are bottles that I have no idea what they are. And she wrote down the answers right here on these sheets of paper, and I'm going to put those over there because I don't want to know what they are. And for those that were here on the live stream Monday, you'll notice she put them in a basket for us. I gave her a hard time about all the baskets she collects, and she said baskets were useful. So she gave me a great little basket display here. Y'all let me know if the basket display is good or if it's just a waste of effort. What's going on, Glenn? What's up, Brevard? Let's see, trying to catch up. It's going all right, Gabe. Looking at a 1969 Lincoln Mark III next week. Nice. That's a beautiful car. I like the big ones, but those Marks are good looking, especially a 69. Favorite bottle of Pappy, the 15. Tried Elijah Craig this past weekend. It's great for the price. Oh yeah, that's a good bottle of whiskey for sure. I have Maker's Mark French Oak. We're about to do some videos about Maker's Mark 46. Cheech in the house, man. I missed you while you were gone, Cheech. I'm glad to have you back on the regular. Big J Rock 10 over here, Jason. Yeah, if y'all would pump those likes for me, sharing these out really help us out as well. See if we can get as many folks as possible into this live stream. And then we'll get into this blind here in just a second. Let everybody kind of filter in. And again, the TikTok chat moves pretty fast. So if I missed your question, don't be afraid to just kind of post it again. What's the basket for? No reason. I think she was just being funny because we gave her a hard time about the baskets, or I gave her a hard time about the baskets on the last live stream, and so she just thought it would be funny to throw a basket in here, see if she couldn't throw me off my game there. Very old St. Nick, 8 years. King, Kylo says, or Kilo. I've got some very old St. Nick, but they're not mine. I found them in Vegas, but a buddy really wants them, so I bought them for him. So I'll have to get those to him here pretty soon. Jay Springston, live subscriber over on TikTok, man. I appreciate you coming in and hanging out and supporting like that. Dreed asked, do you ever heat up your whiskey and drink it like tea? That sounds bad. I've never tried that. So maybe great. Maybe great. I've never tried it. Who knows? Smokey says, congrats on the 80K on YouTube. Thank you, Smokey. We're pushing hard. I would love to hit 100 by the end of the year, and it looks like we're going to do it. So I hope that actually comes to fruition. Jared, I have not tried Silas Jones. What's going on, Keith Courtney? Again, Jay, Angel's Envy is a port finished. I'm not a huge fan of port finishes. I do find them better than most wine finishes, though. And Angel's Envy's, it's an easy drinker. It tastes pretty good. It's not the things I'm looking for in a whiskey, but pretty good. Just breaking open my A122 Larceny, says Lincoln. I love the name, Lincoln. Don't hear any music tonight. So, Dale, I've cut the music out. So now that we're streaming on YouTube and TikTok, we've dialed the music back. I got some copyright-free music that I've been using, but we're still getting copyright strikes on YouTube for copyright-free music. And so we're working on a bigger, better format for these live streams. So I haven't put a ton of effort into it to try to get the music back until we build those formats. Those formats will have a lot of music in them. Don't drink a lot of scotch, Adam, but we're about to try. Nate over here on YouTube and in the Discord, Uncle Nate is going to hook me up with some scotches. We're going to start drinking them until I like them. Zachary, over on TikTok, we stream on Mondays and Wednesdays from 8 to 10 is kind of where we go. We often go to 10:30 or 11, but yeah, Smokey, I'm looking forward to that play button. Like we've had a YouTube channel, the work channel for 5 years now, and we got like 6,000 subs on that one. It's content nobody wants to watch. I understand that. It works for the business, but it's not stuff people want to watch. So it's going to be fun. Like, I just didn't think a play button was something that was even a possibility. Facebook Inc. with 2 C's. Thanks for the rose. Whiskey, yes. Where do you find Pappy Van Winkle? Secondary market on Facebook, and it's going to cost you a fortune. It's going to cost you a house payment, that's for sure. Absolutely. Let me get my Glencairn set up right here, get these guys poured, and we can start tasting some whiskey. Again, for the folks that have just joined us, what we have here is Willet Pot Still that gets a lot of hate because it's got a beautiful bottle, and most people don't think the whiskey inside lives up to that bottle. So what I had my wife do is go grab 3 other bottles from behind me. I have no idea what they are. They could be expensive, they could be high proof, they could be low proof. I did ask her to try to pick bourbons and not go with a rye or the couple of scotches or Irish whiskey or anything like that, just because I thought that would at least be a fair comparison. If it's a scotch or a rye, I should be able to pick it out, and that may affect my ranking. So I don't know which of these has the Willet Pot Still in it, and I don't know what the other 3 are. So we are going to try them blind without knowing what they are. And then we are going to rank them, and I've got the results written down over there, so I'll pull them out and see, does Willet Pot Still beat whatever she's given me? Pat from Ohio, what's going on? Get me fit hanging out with me tonight. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and do the full 2-ounce pours. If I drink it all, I'm just out of luck. Haven't drank a lot of Doers. Springston, live subscriber over on TikTok. I'm in Louisville for about a week. Anything you could find, man, hit up the distillery releases. Like, check out what the distilleries are releasing and make sure you look for those. I'll actually be up in Louisville in a couple of weeks. Yeah, Anthony, did you catch that? Kind of what I was going over here. Poured a Willet to join me. What's going on, Albert? Super chat over on YouTube. Bourbon Guy 1986 with the $5 super chat. Thank you for the support. No message. Some little dude playing a trumpet in it, though. That's cool. Never seen that before. Go to T-Pain. Yeah, but that's the thing, Andrew, is we were using copyright-free music. We still got hit. But it's like, am I going to spend days and days and days trying to figure out what song it was in the copyrighted catalog? No. So I just let it go, and I've just kind of killed the music. And I'll bring it back, but I got to know what the music is, right? I got to have a list of songs. I can't just use a stream, one of the copyright-free services. Kyle Jett, channel subscriber over on YouTube. Good evening. Australia in the house. Josh, thanks for hanging out, man. It's got to be early there, right? Too early to drink, probably. I see Uncle Nate lurking over there. All right, let's get into this. Let's get into this blind right here. Henry on TikTok. Are you talking about the World Whiskey Society, Samurai? I do have that one. Alex likes the hat. These are the new Brewzle mesh back trucker hats that you can get at Brewzle.com if you want one. All right, so what we've got here, that's a fine whiskey. Low proof. It's got a little thickness to it. Like, I don't know if y'all can see if we can zoom in here now that we've got everybody on this one. Well, I got to switch my view over here before I can zoom, and now I've lost where my mouse is. Y'all ever do that? Just my mouse, did my mouse die? I have lost my mouse. That's going to screw me up. Oh, there it is. Nope, now it's gone again. Oh, my mouse may have died. So I may have to, anyway, I can't zoom in on the bar because I don't have the right app chosen. Anyway, it's got some viscosity to it, just believe me. Got a little thickness to it. I would say that's not Willet Pot Still, but that's a pretty good lower proof whiskey. Spend most of my money on bourbon, I understand that. And we're probably going to start giving away some stuff here pretty soon, some hats and some different things. I think the trucker hat's like 18 bucks or something. It cost me a fortune though, so we're not making much on the Brewzle merchandise, that's for sure. How easy was it to pour this bottle? I didn't watch her pour it, but when I pour it, I always make a mess. Like I always over pour and spill it. Ever run your bourbon through a Brita water filter? Funny thing is someone recommended that content to us. We had it on our list of stuff to film. And it takes, like, we're usually thinking out ideas a month in advance at least. We had it on our list. And then, like, a week before we were to film that video, it was everywhere. Like, everybody was posting running stuff through Brita filters. And they're still posting running stuff through Brita filters. And I don't know. We try to do everything original, or as at least original as we can. So we just kind of bump that off the list. Unless we can find an interesting way to spin it our own way, right? That's another good whiskey. I feel like that one might have a little more proof to it. Who said I was going to get something on my shirt? I almost spilled that. I almost missed my mouth with it. I think I like B a little better. It's a little sweeter. It doesn't have as good a mouthfeel. It's not as thick, but I like the flavors on B better than I like the flavors on A. And this is going to be a little stressful. I'm going to be honest. If I like put Willet Pot Still above some really nice bourbon she picked behind me, I'm going to look a little silly. I'm going to be honest with you. And I'm okay looking silly. It's all good. I don't mind. Old Forester single barrel strength. Nice. If anybody happens to be in Las Vegas, liquor lineup last week had quite a few Old Forester single barrel strengths north of north of Las Vegas. And they had like some Eagle Rare. They had a ton of these very old St. Nick's. Make a video double blind Kirkland 7-year early times bottle and bond Rocktown. It could be an interesting one. I have not tried peanut butter whiskey. These are all similar level. Like, I haven't hit anything that I'm like, that's a bad whiskey. Thank you, Albert, over on YouTube. Alex, my favorite whiskey is Weller stuff. I love Weller Antique 107 or William LaRue if you're looking for, you know, something high end. But, so this one, pretty sure that's going to be benchmark bonded right there based on the smell. Might not be the bonded, might be the small batch. That's definitely kind of vanilla creme brulee, but I don't think it's the bonded. I don't think it has as intense of flavors as what I was looking for. So you've got that nose that I kind of tag as a benchmark, but then I don't get the flavors because I've been drinking that bonded, which is 100 proof. So I'm going to assume this is, do I have small batch or single barrel? Small batch. I'm going to assume this is the small batch, which is what, 90 proof? Yeah, 90 proof. That's what I'm assuming this is. But again, I don't have to guess them right because I really don't know on these three. I don't have any guess on these three. Let me take a little break, and then I'll go back through them, and we'll sort them and see what's up. Thanks for whoever posted Flavor Wheel on Discord. Yeah, make sure y'all are in the Discord. If you like talking whiskey and you're not an asshole, the Discord's a fun place to be. Or if you're only an asshole some of the times, Discord link in bio on TikTok, and Uncle Nate just dropped it over there on YouTube. So, yeah, keep hitting those thumbs ups for me if you're enjoying this. So, Jeremy, again, what we're doing is Willet Pot Still right here gets a lot of hate. Beautiful bottle. A lot of people think the whiskey is subpar. I don't think it's subpar. I don't think it's a bad whiskey. I just don't think it lives up to the exceptional bottle. But I had my wife pour this and 3 other whiskeys from the bar. And so I told her to find something she thought would be a good challenge for this Willet Pot Still, and I have no idea what's in the other 3. One of these is supposed to be Willet Pot Still. So we're going to go through them, we're going to rank them, and we're going to reveal if I put Willet Pot Still above something else. Like, I have no idea. These could be expensive, these could be cheap. She could have picked all bottom shelfers. I really don't know what's in here. I have not had Woodinville Bourbon Cash Strength, Dylan, over on TikTok. Is reindeer antler whiskey a real thing? I never heard of it. Never heard of it. Eagle Rare Machiavelli on YouTube. You know, you'll find it, man. Keep looking. They're out there. They come and go in a lot of places. Now, they were a little expensive at Liquor Lineup. They were like $45. So I passed. I mean, I just don't need any Eagle Rare. I've got a few bottles. But at $45, right now it's a pass because when I see it in Alabama, it's like $30. Some Call Family Distillers on here. Jack Daniels. Nice. Thank you, Anthony, for pumping up the thumbs up. Bell's Blended Scotch. Hey, if I get a bottle, I will. Get a bottle, I will. Jack says Discord is the place to be. I agree. I'm loving it over there. I've been a little busy the last week and a half, but I'll spend some more time back over there. Ryan, live subscriber over on TikTok. Thanks for joining, hanging out, and supporting. You're about an hour away from me. Come up for Bourbon Day. Where are you at there, S. Baker? Find the Scotch safe place and I'll meet you there. Hey, I get it. I get it. That's fine. Did my mouse start working again? Lord have mercy. I can't see. Like all of these, it seems to work for like half a second and then it dies. But this is supposed to be a mouse you don't have to. It's working. I just can't see it. I see it over there now. That's weird. That is weird. Very weird. Anyway. Eagle Rare at $129. Oh, God. Eagle Rare at $129, Alex Reed, is crazy. Ross over on TikTok. Blanton's is overrated. Yeah, it's still good. It can be good and overrated, right? Bottle makes it hard to store. Yeah, that's it. It takes up a lot of space. It takes up a lot of space. It's Willet Pot Still. Blacksmith Bagley in Alabama. Nice. I'm down in Opelika. The best looking bottle of bourbon are the Old Fitz decanter bottles, for sure. Yeah, Buffalo Trace is a pretty good whiskey for beginners, Nathan Evans. I just posted a video on YouTube, again, youtube.com/Brewzle, for my top 5 bourbons for beginners. It's actually 8 because it can't count. Why limit it? Why limit it? 5 worked for the title. Passed on Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel today. So if anybody here has had Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel, would you pass on it? I like it myself. I have a bottle and a backup bottle or 2. It's not, my favorite whiskey in the entire world, but if you got it close to MSRP, I would have bought it. So it really depends on the price. Alex over on TikTok, these whiskey glasses are Glencairns. You can link in bio. You can buy them over on Amazon, or if you wait, I'm in negotiation right now to have some Brewzle ones made that you'll be able to get on Brewzle.com. So you're over in Noonan, Georgia. Nice. That's not far at all, man. That's like 45 minutes away. What's Bourbon Day? Like, I guess I thought you were in Alabama. You were talking about the allocation release. Bourbon Guy 1986. Again, confirming that the Discord is awesome. Thoughts on Peerless Single Barrel? I haven't had a Peerless Single Barrel, Joe. I have Peerless Small Batch, and I really like it, but I haven't had the Single Barrel. Not supposed to let the mice drink? Okay. Have you tried any Japanese whiskey like, is that Nikka, Nikka? I have not. I did try Japanese whiskey at a bar the other day. Didn't really love it. I don't even remember what it was. Didn't even love it. You can only get cask strength Woodinville from the distillery that I've definitely not had. Not sure I'm that dedicated. I might. If I get there, I'll buy one. Jack Daniel's Single Barrel. The barrel strength, really, really good stuff. Middleton, very rare. I have not, no. Roanoke, Alabama in the house. That's not far at all, man. I grew up in Daviston, the other side of Wadley. So you go Roanoke, Wadley. I'm from Daviston, Alabama. So it's about, 200 people. I think it's 100 people now. So let's go back through this. Let's go back through this, and then we'll just start picking bottles and sampling them and having a good time. I would be surprised if that's not a benchmark. I'd just be surprised if that's not a benchmark. If that's not the benchmark small batch. I don't like this as much as what I remember the bonded being, just because I'm not getting as much proof and intensity of flavors. But maybe that's just my palate today. Who knows? I'm pretty sure that's a benchmark. Bourbon Guy 1986 over on YouTube. In your opinion, what is the most overrated bourbon? If you start talking about secondary price to what you get, I mean, Pappy's is just nuts, right? Like, that's got to be on anybody's list. It's fantastic. One of the best whiskeys I've ever had. Still not anywhere near what it goes for. But if you dial that back a bit, Elmer T. Lee, like normal Elmer T. Lee, another pretty good whiskey, but not a $350, $400 bottle of whiskey. Just not. Like, it's not that to me. It's not better than Blanton's to me. So, if you think Blanton's is overrated at $130, then Elmer T. Lee ought to be more than double that at $350 or 3 times that. Glenn over on YouTube likes EC Toasted Barrel at MSRP. Me too. Yeah, we have a link in bio there, Zombie. Thank you. Appreciate it. And again, it's moving kind of fast. Yeah, I'm in Opelika. You're in Auburn. Nice. Snorking. If you ever get out to the whiskey drop every month over in Auburn, I'll probably meet you there. I get there most months. Not all of them, but most. Is Basil Hayden's Kentucky Bourbon Whiskey worth it? It's kind of pricey. It's not my favorite. At the price it is. I don't even know what it is because I pretty much never buy it. I've got a couple of bottles, but I think somebody just gave me both of those. Again, J-Ray, the ones to get started, I posted over on YouTube, youtube.com/Brewzle. Literally last week, there's a long form video where I go over the best bourbon for beginners. That's definitely behind this one. There's some interesting flavors there. There's a little bit of thickness to it. Not a lot. It seems a little thicker than that one. A little more viscous. A little better mouthfeel. But the flavors are just kind of plain. If I had to guess, this is the one I would say is Willet Pot Still. So far, I would guess that's Pot Still. I'm going to guess that's benchmark small batch. But again, we'll see. Blanton's is amazing, Alex Reed says. I like it. I think it's a good bourbon. It still can be overrated, right? Still can be overrated at the price. Chris, I have not heard of Camp Mac. You have family from Daviston? Well, I probably know them because there's only 100 people there these days. So, yeah, just right down the road, man. Alex on TikTok, what is the most expensive bottle you have? That is going to be the Pappy 15 up on the top shelf. I don't know if you can't see it. It looks like it's just cropped out of the view over on TikTok. Press 1, I do not drink a lot of hard cider. I like apple cider. I don't drink a lot of hard cider. I need to try that. Joe Spencer over on YouTube. John J. Bowman is such a better value than Blanton's. Yeah, I mean, it's secondary price, probably. But what's a John J. Bowman go? They're starting to get a little secondary value. Are you talking about MSRP? Definitely a hidden gem if you could find it. Oh, John J. Bowman's pretty good stuff. I have one over there. I think it's a John J. They have a few different ones. I think that one's a John J. I like it. It's good stuff. We'll have to do a blind on it versus Blanton someday. We might do it here in a minute. I tell you what, if you want to, once I get through this and I get these ranked, we may get the Blantons down. I'm going to get the High Rick number for Uncle Nate there. We'll get the John J. Bowman out. I'll get my little glasses I can mix up myself and do a blind. And we'll give that a try. Are the Bardstown collabs worth it? I haven't had a ton of Bardstown. I like the Discovery stuff that I've had, but it just depends on the batch. And again, I'm trying to read the name of the person and what platform. So I say like Manzi Go, I don't know, it's Fatback on TikTok. Thoughts on Gentleman Jack? Gentleman Jack is fine. It's better than Old Number 7 if you're just drinking it neat in a Glencairn. But it's not as good to me as the Triple Mash or the Jack Daniel's Bonded. So I'm trying to read the platform. I'm not 100% on that, but I'm trying to read the platform I'm talking to. Does that make it better for y'all so you understand that I'm not talking to somebody on YouTube? Like I have TikTok, they probably don't care because there's so much chatter over there. If I missed one or if I'm talking to somebody, they didn't read them all anyway. But YouTube moves a little slower. So I want to make sure if I call out the actual platform, is that better for you or is that just distracting and aggravating? Like, y'all let me know. Y'all help me make this stream a little better if you would. I appreciate it. Have to try it. My favorite pour was a Michter's Toasted Barrel until I tasted Antique 107, the reel says over on YouTube. Both of those are good pours. Those are good pours. I wouldn't fault you on either one of those. Yeah, Brandon on YouTube says Blanton's is decent, but not over 100. I have Blanton's in my bar, and honestly, I'm not a fan, the reel says. Yeah, $65 MSRP. Blanton's around here is about $60 when you can get it. Handler over on TikTok, Old Forester, you're talking about birthday bourbon, not happy birthday. Birthday bourbon. Yes, I have a couple of bottles of it. It's good stuff. Seth on TikTok, Woodford Double Oaked. I love it. I don't have a bottle right now, but I absolutely freaking love it. One of my favorites that are just regularly available everywhere. Two Fingers, Brothers Bond is high on my list of bottles. We've got a list of bottles to try, and that one's high on the list. So, again, it probably be early next year before we do a review on it, if not further. Just, you know, I know we've got everything planned through middle of December already, and that one's not on the list. But it'll come out soon, I'm sure. It's on the list. I think I like B. It's a little oaky. It's a little oakier. That's tough. That's tough. Siler Burke, live stream subscriber over on TikTok. Man, thanks for joining. Ryan, subscriber over on TikTok as well. Blanton's Straight from the Barrel's top tier. Like that is, and Blanton's Gold is right behind it. Absolutely. Straight from the Barrel. Like I like my Straight from the Barrel better than most of the Stag Juniors I've had, for sure. For sure. Jacob from Canada is over on YouTube hanging out with me. Thank you. Oh, John J. is $50 in Virginia, James says on YouTube. Name platform message is great. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm trying to read as much of them, or at least phrase the answer in a way so everybody can follow. Like, I'm trying to make this work so we can do both, because I do love my folks on TikTok just as much as YouTube, even though YouTube streaming is a lot easier. It'd be much easier if I just go all in on that. But I enjoy TikTok, and I want to try to make it work, especially with some of the stuff we've got planned. What is the highest rig possible? Brandon says over on YouTube. You got me. I don't know. That one's a 73 I've got up there. I've got a 73, a 7, and a 35 open right now on the bar. Edward on TikTok says, Jack Daniel's Sinatra Select is an amazing pour. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's like $150 plus, and it's getting hard to come by. Justice on TikTok, your number one daily, Weller Antique 107, as long as I have it. Oliver, have you ever tried Alan Jackson's whiskey? No, but that's on our list of celebrity whiskeys. I just haven't run into it. We just bought Brad Paisley's whiskey. We've got Brad Paisley's whiskey. We've got Bob Dylan's. We got Heaven's Door 10 that we're doing right now. We've got the Metallica whiskey that's on the list right now as far as celebrity whiskeys. We're trying to find the Drake whiskey. I just found out it's in stock somewhere, so I've got somebody looking for that right now for me. Hope to have that this weekend. So we'll start, those are kind of the list of celebrity whiskeys right now, and then we'll start, as soon as we film those, we'll start looking for other ones. Bill the Butler on TikTok. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, James on YouTube. It's made in Virginia. Talking about the John Bowman. Yeah, it's technically made in Kentucky, I think, then sent to Virginia, and then they redistill it, I think is the story. This is not a scientific channel. All of my my musings here are my opinion only, and only for entertainment purposes. If you're trying to get an education from me, maybe I can help you out, but I'm liable to say some dumb stuff every once in a while. Albert on YouTube says, I just bought Jack Daniel's Bonded in Triple Mash and Single Barrel. Tasted them all tonight. Let me know what you think of them, Albert. Ryan, appreciate you subscribing over on TikTok. Have you have any hazmat bottles? So hazmat is what, 140 proof up? I got rid of a couple. Had some friends that really wanted them. They were Jay Mattingly picks. I do have Jack Daniel's Coy Hill. That's a hazmat, 142 proof. Akalath on TikTok. What's the most one should pay for a bottle of Stag Junior? Y'all let me know. What's the most you would pay for a bottle of Stag Junior? I'm at like 150 bucks. If it's under 150 bucks, I buy it. If not, I don't. That's kind of where I'm at. All right, let's get through this right here. I've been talking. That one has going back through, that has a weird sharpness to it. Super chat from Jacob over on YouTube. No message, but man, I appreciate the support. That is awesome. Bourbon Guy 1986 over on YouTube says, I can bring you the Alan Jackson one. Hey, if you got it, bring it. You talking about bringing it to Louisville when we do our thing? If that's fine, bring it. I won't have it by then for sure. 150. Uncle Nate over on YouTube says 150 for a Stag Junior. The Josh Man on YouTube says 80 bucks. Cheech is at 200. Uncle Nate says if you got a batch 17 Stag Junior, he would go all the way up to $300. Alex, I appreciate the support there with the TikToks. Blues on TikTok. I have not tried Horse Soldier yet, but it's on the list. Pike Place Mike on TikTok. Thoughts on Penelope Architect. The one I have, which I think is build 2, is really good. But honestly, everything. Penelope has earned enough respect from me where I'll try anything from them. Like if I see a Penelope bottle and I'm not already like loaded up on my budget, I'll buy it. Because everything I've seen from Penelope, everything I've had a few samples sent. I own a couple of bottles and I really like all of them. So I wouldn't hesitate to buy a Penelope and give it a try. Right on TikTok, living in bourbon country, it depends on what batch. Yeah, it does. It does. I speak in generalities because I'm not a guy that cares that much about batches, but I know they do matter. Like the batch I have open right now, I don't know what it is, but it's a lot better than the last one I had open for sure. All right, we got to get this ranked. And I'm about out of them. So, all right, that's better. That's tough. I wish I had more of it. That's tough. I think I've got my order here. Maybe. This one. I think I'm going to move that one up. That's my order. 1, 2, 3, and the last one. So 1 is D, then A, then B, and then C. I don't know what's up with my mouse situation here. It's working. It's freaking on. It's just not working over there. Maybe when I turn the volume off. Anyway. Mark on TikTok with the roses. Thanks for the support. Also sent some, I can't even tell what that is, but sent 60 of them. Lord have mercy. Thank you. Jackson on YouTube. Speaking of celeb whiskey, have you tried Wild Turkey Long Branch? Yes, Jackson. We did a video on Wild Turkey Long Branch. I haven't done like a full review with the new format, but we're going to go back through the ones that we've done reviews of previously, especially if it was just a short. So if we just did a short, which I think Long Branch was just a short, we're going to review it. So on YouTube, we've got a new format. We're judging it on 5 different criteria, and we're giving it a score, a Brewzle score, so that you can see how I rank it amongst other whiskey, which is, you know, sometimes interesting. Like, for instance, Puncher's Chance, which is Bruce Buffer's whiskey, the boxing announcer, came in just below the Elijah Craig, or no, it wasn't even Elijah Craig. It was the Sour Mash, Michter's Sour Mash Toasted Barrel, like right below it. That was a surprise that it was that close to me. Now, we had to take that video down on the Bruce Buffers because I'm an idiot. I was in a hurry. Let me tell you that story. Before we reveal these, I'm going to tell you this story. I was in a hurry, and I was going to SEMA for Vegas. I'm going to Vegas for SEMA last week, and I was trying to pump out like 4 or 5 videos on Friday, and I did a little bit of research. I had this bottle, and somebody told me it was Michael Buffer's bottle, and I just did a little research. And I just confirmed all of that, but I guess I just didn't read the first name. So I did the whole video as though it was Michael Buffer's whiskey, and it's not. It's his brother's whiskey. It's Bruce Buffer's whiskey, and I put out and somebody commented on it. This is Bruce Buffer's. I think we got a couple of comments, and I was like, well, now we got to pull that video down because I'm an idiot. That's what you get for rushing. It's what you get for rush. Slow down. It's just an opinion piece, right? It doesn't matter whose whiskey it is. But we use the celebrity to open the video, and so it's just kind of a fun thing to kind of hook folks and get you interested, but complete and total screw up on my part. But anyway, that just reminded me of that. But the ranking system is cool because, you know, you can rank expensive bottles versus cheap bottles, and of course, your taste may vary from day to day and stuff, and there might be some of that involved, but it does make for a good time. And at least you kind of get an idea. Saheen over on YouTube. What's going on? James on YouTube. John J is supposedly same mash bill as EHT, but redistilled in Virginia in a pot still and then aged in Virginia. And they're going to eventually switch to a Virginia distillate. Nice. Our King on TikTok. I like Elijah Craig. I don't love the barrel proof stuff as much as some folks do, but like normal Elijah Craig, pretty good. Elijah Craig toasted barrel I kind of like. Penelope, I'm trying to, Meek and Thomas on TikTok. I probably butchered that name, and I apologize. Penelope is MGP, so personal preference, I'm out. I like MGP. It's good stuff. Ryan, I have a few. There's elite tasting, but brother, those secondary prices are insane. Yeah, secondary prices are mouse pad. It's not a mouse pad. Like, this thing has been working fine for days, and it is on. Like, I can see the light, but I kind of moved a sound blanket in front of the computer. Something's obviously going wrong between it and the computer, And so I don't even know how I'll stop the freaking stream if this doesn't work. I'll have to grab a mouse, which I don't even know where I've got a mouse. I may have to shut the computer down to kill the stream. It's going to be fun. All right, let's reveal what these are. Let's start with the last one, which I thought was Willet Pot Still. I thought this was Willet Pot Still. This was the one I said, just because I thought it was and it's not bad. None of these I had did I say, this is disgusting, this is very off-putting. So it's not bad. I just thought this was the worst one, so I was like, well, I'm going to give it to Willet Pot Still. But I have no idea what the other ones were, so I'm probably just like trying to manifest it as the worst one. And I'm right. It's Willet Pot Still. So Willet Pot Still was the worst of this blind, and it still was fine. It just wasn't as good as the rest of them. So B. They came in next to last. Single barrel, 1792. And second, or no, actually B. So second is A. Rebel Yale 100. Wheated bourbon right there. So I'm not embarrassed by this ranking at all right now. D though, what is D? Like this one could embarrass me if I put something really bad in first. I nailed this blind. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a freaking professional. That's Frey Ranch right there. Frey Ranch, which we just opened on the last live stream, and I said was freaking delicious. I just said I thought that was a benchmark, though. We did say it has that kind of creme brulee, caramel notes on it in that live stream, and I haven't drank much of this. Like, that was the first time I'd really kind of sat and enjoyed it in a Glencairn. So that makes sense. And it makes sense that Jill would have picked that one to put in this blind. But that is, I don't like it as much as I think I remember the benchmark bonded because of the proof. I want to say this is a lower proof. Where's that Frey? Frey Ranch is 90-something proof, I think, and the benchmark's 100. So I didn't feel that proof coming through, but that's still a good whiskey. That's not embarrassing at all. I thought I'd embarrass myself on this one. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought I would. I did not. I held my own. I look like a professional. I do. I got good camera, and I say things that make sense sometimes, and every once in a while, I come across looking like I know what I'm doing. Don't be fooled, though. I'm not a guy who knows things. I'm a guy that figures things out. So, Randy on YouTube says, I ain't much fun since I quit drinking. But you're probably a lot healthier. Hopefully you're a little happier. I thought about quit drinking a couple of times, but I got a lot of bourbon, so I'd feel bad about that. That'd just be wasteful at this point, wouldn't it? James Short over on YouTube bought some Buffalo Trace and Elijah Craig after watching your top 5 for beginners. Favorite Elijah Craig since it was more complex. Nice. Dustin on YouTube, channel is growing so fast, I'm proud, and it's not even my channel. Thank you, Dustin. I appreciate it. We've slowed down on views. Like YouTube has kind of been a little iffy on us, or maybe some of our videos have been a little iffy, but it's still growing like crazy. Like it's even slowing down. Like we were nuts for like 2 months, and then we've slowed into a nice steady rhythm, and so hopefully that keeps going. All right, catching up on TikTok. Crispy on TikTok. I like double oaks and toasted bourbons, yes, all across the board. Jake, hey man, long time watcher, first time commenter. I enjoy strawberry taste. Ooh, strawberry taste. So normally I go for like a red fruit, but I can't think of something that's like strawberry, right? I typically go for like a cherry. Any suggestions from the chat here on something that's very strawberry forward? Help me out. Help Jake out here. Have you tasted the Old Scout? Nick on TikTok says. I've got an Old Scout. I think I've got an Old Scout store pick here. Isn't that an Old Scout there? It's turned around. Yeah, I've got an Old Scout store pick. But that's MGP as well. But this one's 116 proof. And honestly, that's a freaking exceptional bottle. Exceptional bottle. Favorite toasted bourbon? Honestly, the Elijah Craig toast, out of the ones I have on the bar, I only have probably 2 here, I think. An Elijah Craig toasted and a Michter's toasted. Well, no, I've got Michter's toasted bourbon, Michter's toasted sour mash, and Elijah Craig toasted. I would probably pick the Michter's Toasted, but honestly, the Elijah Craig wanted a blind of, like, I don't know, a month ago on the live stream. So what was D? D was what we put first, right? So D is, let me grab the bottle so I can show y'all what won this blind. And again, I could zoom in on it if my freaking mouse worked, but my mouse ain't working. See, I got to have my stream controls in focus, and right now they're not in focus. But this Frey Ranch right here at, Lord, I can't read these small ass fonts. Like, come on, give me some big fonts. I need like fonts for old. Oh, they big people, big people. I need fonts for big people. That's what I need. That's accurate. 90 proof, big fonts on the side for old people. 90 proof Frey Ranch. So it didn't have that 100 proof I was looking for that I thought it might be. But this one won, and I thought it was a fairly wide gap between it and 2. I didn't think there was a huge gap between 2, 3, and 4, right? There wasn't a huge gap for me between Rebel Yell 100, 1792 single barrel, and the Willet Pot Still. They were different, obviously, but I didn't think the quality of those were extremely different. Albert, my wife did a good job on this one, didn't she? She's really helping with the live streams. Jason over on YouTube says, I am amazing. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate it. Let's see. Alex, so what you just missed is we did a blind. We put Wallet. God almighty knows. I can't talk today. We put Willet Pot Still in a blind against some bottles I didn't know. My wife picked Rebel 100. She picked Frey Ranch. And she picked 1792 single barrel. And the Willet came in last. I thought it was similar to the other, like to the non-winners. Thought it was similar in quality to the non-winners. So I thought it was similar to that 1792 single barrel. I thought it was similar to the Rebel 100 as far as enjoyability goes. But it did come in last. So it wasn't quite as good as the other 2. I did think the Frey Ranch was by far a standout in that lineup for sure. Eric, any advice for a bourbon hunting newbie? Over on TikTok, Eric, we are doing a ton of videos about bourbon hunting right now. And so a lot of those are long form videos over on YouTube, so make sure you're subscribed over there. We've got one, I think it'll come out Friday, now Alabama's a little different, so it may be different for wherever you're at, but I'm going and getting a Weller Antique 107 in that video. And honestly, I think it's one of the better videos we've done. I think it's a really, really good long-form video. I hope it does really well. But then I did some bourbon hunting in Vegas. Hopefully that'll turn out. If the video's not good, we don't release it. But hopefully that one works out. And but it just depends on where you're at. Like, it's different depending on your region and stuff. Douglas on YouTube, you made it. Better late than never. Absolutely, man. You're only 45 minutes late or so. That's good. That's fine. That's fine. I'm late to everything, so. Bourbon on YouTube, I've never bought another bottle of Willet Pot Still, not because of the taste, but the sound it makes when it's poured out of the bottle. Yeah, I've had this one forever, and you see how little of it I've drank. So that shows what I actually thought of it. Aaron on TikTok, you're not a huge Scotch fan, but how do you feel about Lagavulin? I probably had it, but I couldn't tell you. We're gonna do some Scotch. We're gonna do some Scotch videos. Nick Lowry asked what my thoughts are on Old Scout. That Old Scout is MGP store. It's a store pick. It's barrel strength. It's delicious. Like, I love it. Zachary on TikTok had an opportunity to get an Elijah Craig 18 year, but decided on Booker's. I would say you're wrong based on availability. I would say Booker's is probably a bit more available than an Elijah Craig 18. So if you're just going on scarcity and what you might be able to get later, probably would have picked the Elijah Craig 18. But Booker's is good stuff if you like it. Like, it's an acquired taste for most people. But if you like it, it's good stuff. Meek over there says, Hennant Strawberry, it's a wine, so maybe wrong channel. Yeah, I don't think that's what he's looking for. All right, catching up here. I'm going to try to run through a lot of these. Coleman says, on YouTube, says, add a strawberry soda. Redbreast 12 is a strawberry field, Bourbon says, over on YouTube. So try Redbreast 12, which is not a bourbon, right? That's an Irish whiskey, is that right? Jake says, have you had Casey Jones small batch? I have not. Sipping on Buffalo and Blanton's, Douglas says. Nice. Ward Damn Steve, thanks for tuning in, man. Ledamus is new to the channel and loving it so far. Awesome. What was the order? So the order was Frey Ranch, and then I think it was Frey Ranch, and then Rebel 100, and then the 1792 single barrel, and then the Willet Pot Still. That was the order. Yeah. Smokey's got it for you there. Buffalo Trace White Dog, good rank. Buffalo Trace White Dog is not good. It's good to experiment and do stuff with. It's not good. How did Vegas go, and how's the barrel coming? Okay, so we are doing our first store pick, the first Brewzle store pick. So we picked we have a Discord. If you're not in the Discord, join it. We're dropping it over on YouTube on the regular. On TikTok, it's a link in the bio. Now, we have a private channel over there for supporters. So if you're a live subscriber on TikTok, or if you're a channel member on YouTube, or you're a member of our Patreon, you're in that private group. And if you're not in that private group, please DM me. Let me know. Join the Discord. Tag me in a message. Say I'm not in the private group, and I will add you. Because I go in there. Now, I can post message to the YouTube folks. I can't really post messages right now to TikTok live subscribers like Nick and Ryan. If y'all are not in the group, make sure you're in there, because it's hard for me to communicate with you until TikTok gives us the tools. But we went in that group and we posted, and I posted on Patreon and I posted on YouTube for channel members that we're doing a barrel pick, and they would allow me to take 5 people, and only 5 people signed up. That was it. So I didn't have a hard time choosing. I didn't have to eliminate anybody or do any random selection, because only 5 people said they could go and were interested. So I've got 5 of our supporters going, and myself. We're going to go to Louisville on the 28th, and we are going to pick a barrel craft spirits blend. And so once that is chosen, then we go through the process of figuring out what retailer it goes to so that we can get them ordered. Hopefully we can do a pre-order so I don't go broke and have to take out a loan or sell a kidney. And then I'm going to post in the Discord when that's available. Like we have a lot of supporters. I may give a supporters the link a day ahead of time and then post it to the general public just so they can get everything that they want first. But we promote that kind of stuff in the Discord. So make sure you're in there if you're interested in it. But it is moving forward. I have agreed to do so. And now I just got to figure out how to make the money. I went to Vegas. It was fun. And I took all of the money we made from Patreon our first month. It was like $160 or so. And I put it on 20, which is how many patrons we have. Hoping I could turn that into $5,000. It's 35 to 1 odds. So I put $160 on 20. And the roulette wheel came back 3. We got that filmed. We've got a video coming on it, but we just lost all the patrons' money. I told y'all I was going to spend it irresponsibly, though. I told you I was going to spend it irresponsibly. Don't blame me that I spent it irresponsibly. If it's a surprise to you that I spent it irresponsibly, then you weren't listening. You just weren't listening to me, and I'm sorry for that. So we are buying some Brewzle Glencairns. We got some. I'm going to try to place the order for those in the next day or so. I got to come up. I'm going to order 1 case of them, which is 72 of them. I'm going to get 72 of those in, and then we're just going to sell. I'm just going to put them on my website, put them on Brewzle.com, sell them out. I'll post again in the Discord when those are available, and then I'll probably just take as many orders as people want, because they say they can get me another case of them in less than a week, or in about a week. So we'll probably just start taking orders and sell those. The way you butchered Lagavulin, it's not how you pronounce it. That's not how you say it. Somebody want to give me the phonetic spelling of Lagavulin? Because this is what it looks like. It's Lagavulin. I know. That's what they're going to say. They're going to say it's Lagavulin. Well, no, it's not. Not in Alabama, it's not. Lagavulin. All right, Ken Miller on TikTok says, what does store pick mean? So a store pick means a store buys the whole barrel and they ship it to them. So we're buying an entire barrel. Now, what we're buying is a blend. So it's not technically a single barrel. They came from different years and they are blended together, but it is the equivalent of a barrel. So it'll be 200 to 250 bottles of whiskey they're going to be barrel strength. I want them high proof, and they're going to be expensive. So Like it's, you know, it's a nice Toyota Camry for the nice used Toyota Camry for that barrel. So Tree Cutter on TikTok from Muscle Shoals, watching the CMA Awards. Really? But you're here, so I appreciate that. Let me know who wins. Faded over on TikTok. What do you think of Bullet? Bullet's pretty good. I've got a Bullet 10-year I haven't opened yet. I'm looking forward to giving that one a try. 69 Brady on TikTok. What's your favorite? Weller Antique 107 is my favorite regular sipper. Nick Lowry. What is a good imported bourbon or whiskey, if there are any? I just drink bourbon, man. All those are made in the States. So I'm sure somebody here could tell you, though. What's the private channel called? Supporters Only, Coleman. So it's a private channel for folks that are in Patreon. They are channel members on YouTube. There should be a button down there somewhere to subscribe for a channel membership, or for the folks that are live subscribers over on TikTok. If you add yourself, it doesn't automatically add you. We got to figure out how to tie all that stuff together. I think TikTok just added the ability for me to tie it in automatically, but I haven't got it done yet. So Lagavulins. I got it second go around, right? I got it second go around. So Coleman, you'll have to be added in there, and you're not showing up as a live subscriber. I'm not sure if you're in the patron though. It is on Discord, yeah, Coleman. The private channel is on Discord. You've just got to be added to it if you're a supporter on one of the other channels. Ryan says, shoot, I live here in Kentucky, 30 minutes from Louisville. I'm ashamed. You know, it's all good, man. Are you in that private channel, Ryan? I forget who all's in there and who's not. Are you in that private channel? Let's make sure we get you in there. You're going to miss this one, but we're going to try to, I would love to get to where we're doing a store pick every month. I'm talking to the local distiller about buying a barrel. I just texted him today about buying, he says he's got it approved. I don't love the structure of what he has proposed, but we'll see if we can figure it out and work it out with him. But I'm talking about buying a barrel, and then every year we just have a get together here in Opelika and we try it until it's matured. Like, we're going to buy a barrel as it's made. First one's going to be what he wants to make. The second one, we can pick what we want to make and basically have him distill it, whatever we vote for in the Discord. And we may start with the supporters group. If that group grows big enough, we'll just use that to make those decisions. Bum. I can't even say your name, man. I might get banned if I say your name. So 6189 loves my videos over on TikTok. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for the support. I need 4 Glens. Did a particular design get chosen? I think the consensus was just the Brewzle logo without the large B. That seemed to be what most folks gravitated toward. I liked Nate's idea about moving it down across the bulge so that it is right at, I probably do it right at a 2-ounce pour line. So I can just pour 2 ounces without even worrying about measuring at all. I kind of like that. No, the Discord is for anybody, Coleman. So you can get in the Discord. Anybody can get in the Discord. We've just got a private channel for supporters where we give them a little access, a little more access, a little more decision-making process. And, you know, just if we sell something and we're going to give them, you know, something cool like the Glens, we give them priority access. They have priority access to buying the barrel picks and stuff. But honestly, it's a small group. Anything we sell at this point, you're going to get an access if you're going to get access if you're just in the Discord. Eventually, hopefully we grow that enough to where it might be a little more exclusive. Tree Cutter. Yeah, bourbon is only made in the U.S. I don't think they said bourbon. Tree Cutter on TikTok. I don't think they said bourbon. I think they just said whiskey, right? But so Nate can tell you some scotches, but I don't drink a lot of it. Pike Place Mike on TikTok. Thoughts on Sagamore cognac finish? Not my jam, man. I don't have any. I'd try it. I'm starting to like some more finished stuff. I've just started with some really bad stuff, so. Santanoc 09 on TikTok. Is Angel's Envy store pick at $100 too much to pay? Store picks are always a bit of a markup. I would probably grab one if I'd never tried one. I don't think I've ever had an Angel's Envy store pick. It's a little bit of a premium, but man, whiskey's just going expensive these days. And I know what it takes to do a store pick. Like a freaking barrel, you got to invest in that. That's a big commitment. So I have a little different perspective on that. I don't think it's too bad. I hear great things on the Roxy there on TikTok about that Bullet 10-year. Billy over on YouTube, what happened to the Crimson Tide this year? I have no idea, man, but I am loving it because I am an Auburn grad and an Auburn fan. And it's very rough for us, but it is kind of good to see somebody else have a chance to win the national championship. Adam on YouTube, how do you join the Discord? Uncle Nate just dropped you the link there in the chat. If you're over on TikTok, you want to be in that Discord, the link should be in my bio. So give that a try. Pump up the likes for me. If you hadn't hit the like button over on YouTube, do it. If you hit, if you're over on TikTok, pump those likes for me as well. See if we can get a few more folks over here. I have not tried ammunition there, Nicholas, over on TikTok. Need to put it in the Lincoln. Well, we've talked about that, Alex. So putting a barrel of whiskey in the Lincoln, there's a lot of laws against it. And I called the Alabama ABC board, which controls the Alabama Beverage Control, and they don't have a real strong sense of humor. I'm going to be honest with you. They don't find any of my ideas funny or amusing, even though I think they're hilarious. So, all right, we got somebody with no name, the man with no name. First time commenters, just started drinking bourbon and have started with toasted double oaked. That might not be great to start with, but if you like them, man. Roll with it. I like toasted double oaks, but I tend to say, we just did the video on the bourbons to start with. None of those are finished. Start with just good old fashioned bourbon, a bunch of different distillers, and then work your way to that. But heck, if you found something you like right off the bat, jump on it, man. Nick on TikTok, what's the oldest bottle of whiskey and how would you rate it? The oldest I have right now is Elijah Craig 18, and it has been a while. We're going to do this blind. I'm going to go grab the not the Buffalo Trace. I'm going to grab the John J. Bowman and the Blantons. I'm going to blind those, and then I may crack open that Elijah Craig 18. I have one up there. I drank my last one. I put that one up on the shelf to replace it probably a year and a half ago, and I haven't even opened it yet. So... yeah, Ryan mentions the 15-year-old Peppy. I do have an Elijah Craig 18. I have a Knob Creek 15. I don't think I have anything else 18 or older. I have a Calumet 16. That's kind of old. Eagle Rare 17 is pretty old. Probably it. There's a World Whiskey Society Kentucky Samurai 15-year-old back there. And I've got a Knob Creek pick, but I think that's like 13, 14 years old. So, James on YouTube asks, what is a store pick? Yeah, we went over there a second ago, so I'll try to give you the abbreviated version. Basically, a store pick is where a store goes and buys a whiskey and they agree to buy the entire barrel. So, typically, if you buy the entire barrel, you have some choice. So, when we're doing this Brewzle store pick, we'll go up, they'll give us 5, 6, 7, 8 different barrels, and we'll pick the one we want. And then that will be ours. And so it'll be a little different and a little unique to our flavor profile. So that's really what it is. You can just get kind of a unique expression of a particular whiskey that way. Tommy on YouTube says, how do you like Booker's? I like Booker's a lot, but I didn't initially. It grew on me. It took a lot of trial and error for me to finally come over to the dark side with Booker's, but I'm a fanboy at this point. Douglas Carver picked up an Old Forester Statesman. Nice. Yes, it's been a while, but I thought that was a really good bottle. I need another one. Jumping over to TikTok. Glenfiddich. Did I get that one right? Is Glenfiddich the right way? Don't drink a lot of scotch, Patrick. Sorry. Good aged whiskey under $800? All of them? Like, all of them? All of them should be. MJH tried Blueprint. I have not. JW on TikTok says, I am awesome and I love your content. Thank you for the slight ego boost. That was wonderful. I thank you for hanging out and joining this live stream for a while. Robbie says, ABC shot down the Lincoln aged barrel. They're a little iffy on it. We're trying baby steps. We just got them to approve the whole barrel pick program here locally at all so that I can even buy a barrel. Let's ease our way into the aging. I might buy a whole nother Lincoln and just park it in the yard and put it in that. Mr. Smelly with the super chat over on YouTube. Thank you for that. I saw the lights flashing. I was wondering what the heck was going on. Hello from the fragrance community. Best beginner bourbon for a British person to start with. Okay, Smelly, so I just dropped a video over on YouTube. You're on YouTube, but on YouTube, I've got my top 5 for beginners. It's really 8. Start there, but because you super chatted, I'm going to try to run through the list as I remember it. Again, I'll at least get to 5. I would get an Old Forester 86 proof, really easy sipper, easy to get into. I would want you to try an Elijah Craig small batch if you can get it. A Buffalo Trace or Eagle Rare, either or both if you can get those. An Evan Williams Bottle and Bond is like 100 proof, so we're stepping up a little bit there. I really like the Wild Turkey 101 at like $25-ish. These are U.S. prices, right? If you're in the U.K., they may be a lot more expensive or a lot harder to find. These are all things you can find on the regular here for reasonable prices. Yours may be a little different. So start with those, see what you can find, and let me know what you think of those. Come back in a live sometime. Let me know if you found one of those, and then we can kind of guide you from there. Joe says, sounds like a great blind. When I did my Blantons versus John J. Bowman, Bowman stole the show. Uncle Nate says, I got that pronunciation correct. Alex is in the Discord now. Thank you, Alex. Andrew over on TikTok sent some roses. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Acoloth, I have not had Woodford Reserve Country Roads blends. On shots, what's your go-to day-to-day Weller Antique 107 when I could get my hands on it? Cooper's back in the house. This is my nephew Cooper right here. We played a little Fortnite it's probably been a couple of years ago since we played Fortnite. Thanks for hanging out, Cooper. Hope things are going well for you, man. What's the best website to order bourbon? Okay, so here's the problem, right? I've been trying to take sponsorships. We've got a really crazy idea for a live stream, and I am trying to find a sponsor to do some crazy stuff. Like I want to give away allocated bottles to y'all, not like I can get anybody to send me bottles at this point. Like I can, if I just mention them in a video, I get them 1 million views. They send me all sorts of allocated stuff. That's fun. I need it because I can't afford all these good bottles. But realistically, what's more fun is to give them away to y'all. So I've been trying to find the sponsorship, but I'm not sure. 1, it's legal. 2, it's for me to tell you where to buy whiskey is against the terms of service of several of the social media platforms. And so I'm not going to say, because it's against the terms of service, and I try very much to be above board. The last thing I want is for the account to get just, so trying to stay off of that. Tree Cutter over on TikTok. My wife is she's going to start streaming with us on the regular, I think, but only Mondays. She's busy on Wednesdays, so it's going to be just lowly me on Wednesdays, and then she'll jump in on the Mondays. Bourbon Guy upgraded his membership to 20 proof. Man, that is awesome. Thank you for that. Yeah, Smelly, anytime. Chris jumped over to YouTube. The quality's a little better over there, isn't it, Chris? TikTok just kind of takes it down and you can't see the widescreen view. So I have not, Inactive Cactus, I've not tried Horse Soldier yet. I've had a couple of chances to buy it. Should I have bought it? Did I miss out? C Knight, how old am I? I'm old, man. How old do you think I am? You get 2 guesses. You get 2 guesses. Ryan over on TikTok, Blackwood Distilling toasted bourbon. I have not. I'm looking for more toasteds though. We're wanting to do some content around toasteds, and I've got to go shopping. Aaron, TikTok, does too high proof take away from the taste? It can. I'm a little more used to it. Like I've just been drinking high proof stuff, so you got to work your way up to it. But yeah, at some proof like that 142 proof Jack Daniels is freaking delicious. But the proof just kind of like is a little overwhelming for it. So sure. But 107, 110, it doesn't take away from it to me. Once you start getting 125, 130, sure. Razor on TikTok says the best way to get a hold of Buffalo Trace. Dude, it's everywhere here right now. I don't know where you're at, but here I see it like literally everywhere I go. The state A little more hardcore. It comes out in their drop and people buy it because it's in their allocated drop. But I was in Vegas. It was everywhere. I was in Florida. It was everywhere. So it's not that hard to find. Chase wants me to grab that Van Winkle. Probably not tonight, but some nights I do. Every once in a while. Every once in a while. All right, let me grab these Bowman, the Bowman and the Blantons, and then we will jump back in here. Will says, I'm 58. Lord have mercy. C-Knight says 37. I don't know if he's trying to be nice. But yeah, that's pretty good. I'll take that. I don't even know how old I am. So that's the problem. Once you get my age and you just really don't give a shit, you have to think things through. So what is my age? What year is it? It's 22, right? So this is 22. So it's not December yet. So technically, I'm 43 years old. 43 years old. There you go. Had to do math. Thank y'all for that. Thank y'all for having me do a whole 4-sample, 8-ounce blind here, and then have me do math. All right, what do we got here? This is John J. Bowman. And then we got to find the high Rick number Blantons for Nate. It's got to be the high Rick number, or it's not fair. This is Rick number 76 right there on the Blantons. This is our little Great Whiskey Challenge tasting glasses right here, which we really enjoy because they've got the letters on the bottom, and I can just pour and then mix them up. All right, so this is Blanton's and this is Bowman, and I'm not going to remember which one's which. So I think Blanton's is going to win. Let's do B for Blanton's and A for John J. It's a stretch, I know, but what am I supposed to do? What day in December? December 6th, Keith, is my birthday. All right, so Blanton's Rick number 76 comes in at what, 93 proof on this guy right here? Isn't that Blanton's 93 proof? Sounds like Jill's coming home. Where's the freaking proof on this thing? Yep, 93 proof. And then the John J. Bowman here. Might have poured a little more Blanton's than I poured of this guy. Let's make it fair. John J. Bowman, what's the proof on this? Single barrel, 100 proof. Okay, well, I'm going to take back. I'm going to say this one's going to win because of the proof. That would be my guess. So we got to get it kind of similar so we don't know which one's which. I was born in 78, Leademus, 78. So, but I haven't had my birthday yet this year. So you think it's 79 this year? Fruity on YouTube says, my dad likes watching it. He's 63. Well, tell your dad I said hello. All right, jumping over on TikTok. Ryan, I'm staring a hole through that Evan Williams 12-year. It's okay. I didn't love it. Yeah, Jason, anytime, man. And again, if you don't get your question, there's a ton of questions on TikTok. I can't keep up with all of them. So just don't be afraid to post them again. Unless you're just like spamming one right after the other. You can post them multiple times. I'll get to them eventually. I apologize. We try to do the best we can. I can't get to every one of them. Courtesy on TikTok says, again, you tell me why Russell's Reserve 10 condensates on the shelf, but none of my others do? I think I drank all my 10. I don't know. Is it like right near an air vent or something? Daddy 3 times. Hello. Cody guessed 45. You're getting too old, man. I know I look it. What's up, Jill? Mega Moose. I have not had Voyage 28. I stopped buying it. I have like 2 or 3. I just don't drink them a lot. I do like the wheated Voyage. Was it 22? I think the one I got back there. K Barbs. Cheers to the 79, baby. I'm a 78, baby. Dylan, somebody asked about that earlier, the wooden cash strength. Haven't had it. I think that they said it was distillery only, so I haven't tried it. All right, jumping back over to YouTube. Hi, Rick. That's what it's. I have no idea. I've been stirring these, mixing them around. I have no idea. The reel was going to say 43, but it's too late. Like, you can't do it now. TM Buckshots on YouTube. Do you ever drink rum? Not much, man. Not much. Rum just gets me in trouble. I have like 1 bottle of rum in the whole bar, but we're about to start doing some other different alcohols. I'm sure we'll get to it. We'll probably start with any celebrity releases if there are any. So You're approximately 1 month older than me. Man, that's close. Keith is December 8th. Nice. She heard the third Lincoln comment. I don't know what you're talking about, Nate. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember talking about a third Lincoln. I'm sure she was watching on her ride home, though.
A third what?
Lincoln?
Ain't no three Lincolns.
Well, see, here's the thing, Jill. We got to do automotive content, and we're going to build a race car, and I'm thinking about building a Lincoln race car. You think that's too many Lincolns? We'll get rid of the parts Lincoln. You think we should do something else? What kind of race car do you think we should build, Jill? What would be the best? You're having a conversation with somebody else.
Sorry.
She's not listening to me. Nate's got to go to bed. 77 UGA, baby. All right, so for those that don't know, what we're testing out here is John J. Bowman and Blanton's. Now, John J. Bowman's a higher proof. Blanton's is, both of these are single barrels. Blanton's is 93. This is 100 proof. Both single barrels, both made by Buffalo Trace. This one is made by Buffalo Trace. It's sent to Virginia. It's redistilled and aged in Virginia. So it's a Virginia whiskey, but they're very similar in concept. So we are doing a little blind of those. I don't know which one's which. We're going to try them. We're going to see which one I like better. Bradshaw's not bad, Whiskey Nose said. I'll have to try that. Mega Moose, December 10th. Nice. Trevor on TikTok, what's the best 1792? The 12-year, to me. Chingon, tried this. I've not been lucky enough to get this year's Old Forester birthday bourbon. It has not dropped in Alabama at all. I assume it'll be in the December lottery. Antimus, Blade and Bow 22. Oh, yeah, I had a chance to buy one once. I wished I had but it was like $200-300, and I'm like, eh. And that was back at a time when like paying that for whiskey was just dumb. Like I only had a few bottles at the time. Blue Vetty, don't drink tequila, couldn't tell you. That fat dude Joe on TikTok. How's Mixers? Fantastic, all of them. If it says Mixers on it, you're questioning it, just buy it. Cody says, is there a bottle you like and recommend for a beginner? Again, youtube.com/Brewzle. Last week, dropped my video for my 5 favorite bourbons for beginners. Watch that one. And it's actually 8 bourbons for beginners because I can't count. The best drinks to mix. Maybe that we might do that. I don't know. We probably do that as a short just because all of our longs are bourbon focused. Another Beer Ventures hitting the Buffalo Trace. Again, I haven't had the Woodville Cask Strength. Yeah, my Russell's Reserve 10, I don't remember it condensing anything more than anybody else. What's a good smooth whiskey? Get yourself some Old Forester 86 proof and enjoy it. It condenses on the inside of the bottle, not the outside. Is it just got like a nice viscosity and sticking to it? That's a weird thing, man. That's a weird thing. Do you ever drink to get a good buzz? Occasionally. Champ, what's my favorite whiskey? It's bourbon. Weller Antique 107 is my regular daily sipper. Henry McKenna 10, and I'm just kind of powering through these TikToks, and then I'll jump back over on YouTube. Henry McKenna 10, good whiskey. I like it. I don't drink it a lot, but I think it's a really nice whiskey. If Kevin Hart just released a tequila, I am going to freaking grab it. That's for sure. What's a high Rick? Okay, so Rick House is where they store the barrels. A high Rick number theoretically means it's higher in the warehouse. Now, the Ricks may be running horizontally. I don't know, but it's theoretically higher in the Rick House, gets more weather, and it should get more flavor from that. Theoretically. JG Train got a Weller 107. Strong line on the 12, 60-40 mix to achieve a poor man's pappy. A must do. Is the 60-40. No, the problem is I don't think I would like the poor man's pappy better than the Weller 107 well, it'd probably be better than the 12, but I don't think I'd like it better than a 107. So I haven't done it just because the 107 is so freaking good by itself. I have had Woodford Double Oaked, and I absolutely love it. Yeah, Trevor, anytime. Blanton's is not worth $110. My stepdad and I spit on a bottle of Blanton's for my buddy. He just came home from you spit on a bottle of Blanton's? Okay. Whatever you're into. Michter's Celebration 1,100 an ounce. Not me. All right, let me catch back up on YouTube here. Plantation Rum. What did I have? I don't even know we shot a video on it. I don't even know what it freaking is. Doormat is rare breed, getting harder to find. I've seen it everywhere here. It's literally everywhere I go here. Is amaretto a good cocktail liquor? If a recipe calls for it, sure. I think you could do some fun stuff with it. Hot Rod Lincoln. Oh, dude, I'm thinking about the guy is building I know he's building a small, like probably a BMW, something to actually race with. So if you took a big Lincoln Continental, even like a Mark IV, and you made a race car out of it, it would be different. It'd probably lose, but we would lose in style. You suggest I add Jill's name on the glasses? That's pretty good. That's the Blanton's. That's that High Rick. Like, that just has such a nice thickness to it. Like, that's almost like a syrup. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Favorite Texas bourbon? Right now, I'd have to say Garrison Brothers. It's intense. Took a little time to get it going and get me on it, but I'd probably pick that. The Real says if you build a Lincoln race car, it got to be like a 97 Mark IV. No. So what I'm talking about is like full race car, like buy a chassis, coilovers, put like if I did a Lincoln, I'd probably put like a 7.3 liter gas burner big block out of one of the new F100s or newish F100s. I think they all got V6s in them now. Like we're talking we're talking fairly serious here. So get a classic, but the thing is do I want another Lincoln when I could build anything? Like I could build a Chevelle or a Mustang or a Camaro. I'm really leaning right now toward maybe making it that Grand National. I found a completely torn apart, pretty solid body Buick Regal T-type T-top car for like $3,000 in Virginia. And I just have spent a ton of money. We're buying a barrel. I've just committed to buying a barrel. I just bought the Lincoln. I just bought a parts Lincoln that I got to go pick up this weekend in Louisiana. So I just can't splurge on this car knowing that I may or may not build it yet. So Balcones single ball. Kyle says Balcones single malt single barrel is his favorite Texas whiskey. Nice. Calumet Farm blind with Buffalo Trace, just like you're doing with Blanton's. So which Calumet Farm? Have you heard anything about that new Jack double barrel release? I have not. If you're racing a Lincoln, you're going slow, car fast, and ain't nothing more fun than that. Yeah, and it's so huge. Like, it's just a meme. I'm doing it for the meme. Tyler on TikTok says, opinion on Kentucky Owl. The only Kentucky Owl I have is the confiscated. All the other stuff is like $300+, and I'm not that guy. I'm just not that guy. I'm not that guy, pal. I'm not that guy. Bourbon and Cigar Life says Blanton straight from the barrel is the only Blantons I favor. It's definitely the tops of the Blanton lineup. Ryan says, can you help with how I can get the nose on my bourbon? I find it rough sometimes. Okay, so Ryan, what kind of glass are you drinking out of? First of all, because that helps. It helps. So for me, like you know, let it sit for a minute. Let it sit for a minute. I always open my mouth, you know, and kind of breathe and exhale out of your mouth, right? And you might, if it's overwhelming, the ethanol is overwhelming, you might breathe kind of through your nose and mouth at the same time to cut that down a little bit. That's kind of what I'm going for. And try other people's notes. Listen, you know, read their notes and then smell the same whiskey. Just found a horse for 75. Blanton's, I assume there. Santino, nice. Texas whiskey is good. Interesting. Some of it. I don't know about all of it. Some of it. We'll put the Brewzle logo. Now it's not for Brewzle. It's for my e-commerce agency and a partner of ours. So it would have a bunch of logos on it. A Thunderbird would be good. I looked at a Dodge Magnum the other day, but not the station wagon, the 70s ones with T-tops. So that's Glenn. That's what I'm thinking, like a Grand National. Now the problem is we're going to do like full like roadster shop chassis or something. So we'd have to find one that's a little rough. You don't buy a $20,000 car and do that to it. So I found that T-type, same car. It's just not a Grand National. Like it's got the turbo Buick, although we would rip that out and put an LS or something in it, supercharged LS. But that would be fun, and then I would have that Grand National. I'd love to find an actual Grand National because that's the look I want. If I bought a T-type, it just looked like a Grand National. I'd rather have one with a Grand National VIN. Time for a Harley Davidson. Understand. Yeah, we're going to go with the barrel, Nate. Focus. I'm focused. I didn't buy it. I do like old school. I like everything old school. Yeah, well, this one was like for a Buick, though, a Buick T-type. We're talking about like a turbocharged V6 T-type with T-tops. And this one was like completely disassembled. It looked like it was in solid. I think the turbo had a problem, and somebody had started rebuilding it, and it's been sold and bought a few. It's in the same family, but it's been passed down a couple of times, and it's just completely disassembled for the most part. But we're talking about a true T-type Regal. So it's not quite a Grand National, but it's like the next level down. 3Ks of steel, man. 3Ks of steel on that car if the body's in good shape. They didn't send good pictures. All right, jumping back over on TikTok, 1970 Dodge Challenger. Hey, I've been looking at some of those 70, 71, 72 Chargers. A 70 Challenger would be good. Getting a good body on those is really hard. I have been looking at the older, well, actually, let's see, I'm trying to think Challenger. I've been looking at the Chargers for the most part. I'm trying to think Challenger for that year model. But I've been looking at a lot of Mopars because, you know, you throw a Hellcat engine in it and you got a freaking race car. Sandy says, is Pat worth the sticker shock? No. No. Bourbon and Cigar like Still. Austin cash strength is amazing. We just bought one. We literally just bought one. I guess that's Texas whiskey. I didn't even consider that Texas whiskey. Like all the Texas whiskey I have is very leathery tobacco, and that Still Austin was just bourbon. So honestly, I didn't even consider that a Texas whiskey. It's just bourbon. But it's really, really good for sure. Best bourbon on the market right now? That's tough, man. That's a tough question. And I hate answering questions I don't have a good answer for because what's the best bourbon on the market? William LaRue Weller, Pappy 15, Old Fitz 13. Like all those are super expensive bottles. But nobody can get them, so it's not a useful answer. Press one down. GNX is too much. Like I'm not buying a $70,000 car and then making it into a race car. I did get the new stream key. So what do you think? If you're over on TikTok, how's the quality? We're cropping it in, but this allows me to use the cameras. I can swap cameras and stuff. I can't swap cameras right now because my freaking mouse died. My mouse is dead. It's not dead. It's working, but it's not moving the mouse. Of course, it quit. Like it works for like a second, and then it dies. So this is one of those mice. Like you see the light on it. What does the light mean? Is it? Oh, there's multiple computers it can connect to. Huh. Yeah. I don't know. I did something to break the mouse, so I can't do all that fancy stuff. But you are getting the same feed that they're getting on YouTube. It's just cropped into just me. So. All good. Santino, if you want to join the Discord is in my bio. Click bio. There's a Linktree link there. There's a link to the Discord. You should be able to jump right in there. K-Barb says the quality is great, along with Pups. Marcus says quality's great. Nice. Put the mouse down. Yeah, the mouse is just giving up on me. I can't change. I don't even know how I'll end the stream. I'll be honest with you. I may just have to turn the cameras off and figure out. Like, I'm going to have to go find a mouse to kill the stream because I'm running the stream over on TikTok right now. I literally couldn't stop it if I wanted to. I can stop YouTube, but I can't stop TikTok. War Eagle 1, the race car would be a tax write-off if we did it. Yes, absolutely. Alex says, vintage 8-year 90 proof? Yeah, I mean, I don't... Vintage 8-year 90 proof. Is that like a brand, vintage, and then there's an 8-year? Brian just finished a pot still. Thought it was very good. This one is pretty good. It's not bad. It was last in our blind tonight, but it was pretty good. And I never freaking graded these. I've been drinking them. Tyler, first time live viewer. Doing good, man. How are you doing? Thanks for joining. This is closer than you would think. This one, the flavors are a little darker. This one has a little more like lightness and fruitiness and brightness to the flavors. Other than that, very similar. I'm going to guess that's the Bowman. Just because I can feel the proof on it. I feel like I like the flavors on this High Rickhouse better, though. If that's what it is. Funny thing is, the first few pours, so the first few samples, I greatly preferred that one. As I go back and forth on them, the flavors on this one come through more, and I tend to lean that way. But I think that one's getting muted because of the proof. So my palate is acclimating to what I feel like is the higher proof whiskey. And then when I drink that one, I'm getting less flavor. So the first few pours, I preferred this one. And as I drink more, I preferred that one. That's a conundrum. How do I solve that? I feel like I got to go with the one I liked early on, because I can't blame the other one burning my palate for this one losing. Does that seem fair? Y'all let me know if that seems fair. What's going on? PSO Roush. Seth Brown on TikTok. I have had Uncle Nearest. I have the 1856. Thought it was fine. Love the story. Love the brand. Think they're going to do great things. The 1856 was just fine. Torpedo. Love the bourbon reviews. Very helpful. Thank you. Yeah, dude, the mouse is awake. I think it's one of these mice that you're supposed to be able to run on multiple computers, and I think it has lost its connection to the computer. So I may have pressed some button or done something dumb, and I did this because sooner or later we'll probably have two streaming rigs, one for YouTube, one for TikTok. And I want to be able to just flip the mouse from one to the other, but it's flashing. The one is flashing, which means it's not connected, and then it just kind of goes to sleep. So I'm going to move it to 2, see if it connects. Anyway, got to be streaming all night since we can't end it. You may just be looking at the bar while I go to sleep. Michael over on YouTube, is that a new microphone? It's not. I've had this microphone for a long time, but I just switched to it. We've got a lot of noise, so I built this bar to enjoy and to create some content with, but it is in the freaking middle of my house. There's a big atrium over there. There's stairs there. There's a room there. There's a room over here. There's a lot of stuff going on. And so that microphone, the shotgun mic that I've been using, because I don't really like a mic in the shot. Don't want it in my way. But I've been using it, but I'm listening to the live stream the other day, and the audio was not to my quality. And so I got to do something different with that in here. Now, what we're doing, though, is I've got truss work set up and multiple crap going on over here. I've got like 3 or 4 monitors, and it's taking up half my house downstairs. So we're gonna recreate this bar, but bigger, in my studio for work over there. So all the work stuff will be it'll look like this, but it'll be in a different room, and we'll have a lot more bottle storage. And that room is super quiet, and I'll be able to go back to this. But for now, I think I'm going to go with this microphone right here, just because it sounded better to me in test. It picks up a lot less background noise. You're not hearing the PC over there, fan going. You're not hearing, AC if it kicks on, or if somebody kicks on an exhaust fan upstairs or something. You're not hearing all that. Clues, thanks for joining. Christopher misspelled bullet. I missed your comment, Christopher. Oh, drinking some bullet that was given for my wedding gift. Nice, man. I hope you enjoy that. All right, looking over on TikTok. What's going on? Ethan Daniels in the house. Mix them. Favorite up-and-coming brand? I'm loving what Penelope's doing right now. That's good stuff. Didn't love the Caribou Crossing Santino. Didn't love it. It was a store pick, though, so it could be that. Could be that. I don't know. I don't think I have any left to mix them. A little bit. So this one won. I don't know if y'all gave me. Switch from TikTok, Mike Decker says. Is it better on YouTube than TikTok? Oh, all blend should be 100. Everything should be 100 plus proof, for sure. Yeah, this is my problem with why I haven't gone wireless either. Like, my streaming stuff, I don't want it wireless because, Like it literally just quit. Now this seems to be working, the keyboard, but I'm not 100% sure it's working right now. So, all right. So this one is the winner. This one was second. I think the winner's Blanton's. I think the second is John J. Bowman. But I could see how somebody would reverse it. Like I said, this one was definitely better in early sips. But as I'm going back and forth and my palate is starting to acclimate, I preferred what I perceived as the higher proof whiskey. The flavors on this one got more and more muted as I was going back and forth. And these kind of stayed true. So this one is B, the winner, which was Blanton's. And this was John J. A. Bowman. So the Blantons won. But it could be that Rick House. Could be that Rick House, as Nate says. So sounds way better over on YouTube, which is funny because TikTok is getting the exact same freaking sound. They're just doing weird things with it. TikTok, quit screwing up my stream, man. I may have to, I'm going to try to up the bit rate over there on TikTok. That's what I'm going to do next time. I'm going to up the audio bit rate and see if they continue to kind of like screw my sound up. Mike Decker on YouTube says, thoughts on Dickel 8 years and every day. I hate Dickel. Don't like it. Like, I hope nobody from George Dickel's watching and they were like, hey, we should send this guy a sponsorship. Let's just write him a 7-figure check. Let's just have him rep some Dickel because it tastes like Dickel. Chris says it sounds good. The Hamburglar says Jesus loves me. I appreciate that. He called me homie. Jesus called me homie. That's awesome. Hurricane Central in Central Florida, man. Hopefully you worked out all right on the last hurricane. Ken Miller says great sound quality. Pruski, what's your favorite mix? Like if I'm mixing something, I'm making an old fashioned pretty much. And what whiskey am I using? Normally ancient age 10-star is our house bourbon here. Heaven Hill does have a good line there, Swall. What are your thoughts about Jack Daniel's single barrel proof? Love it. Love it. I don't have one. I need one. How old were you when you had your first drink? I mean, I probably had my first beer at like 12 years old or so, but I didn't really start drinking regularly till I was 30. Wireless is for professionals. Dude, it's work. It's freaking work. Like, what happened? It worked, like, all but when I was setting up, it worked fine. And then in just the middle of the stream, it quits working. I'll keep an eye out for a Kentucky gentleman. Choice of Penelope, which would it be? The barrel strength is the one I'm digging the most. This newbie just got first bottle, Blanton single barrel. Oh, yeah, 65 is a great price, man. Enjoy that. It's going to be a good one. Coming in good, Tree Cutter says. Has some TX tonight and sun-grown Perdomo. I don't even know what that is, man. Back to TikTok. So TikTok volume is better. So you're just moving back and forth. The volume is better on TikTok. That's weird. What's my unicorn, right? I mean, any William LaRue Weller I can get any year is fantastic. But honestly, anything hard to find, I'm open to. I'm a content creator. I just need stuff people want to watch. I've got plenty of bourbon to drink. I just need stuff people want to see me review. Don't drink a lot of Jameson. Bakers, Makers, and Sprite. You got 2 whiskeys and Sprite. Interesting. Texas in the house. Some of the Jefferson's Oceans are good. Some of them, not so much, Hydra. All right, let me catch up over on YouTube. Bourbon barrel accents. Okay. No crickets like the junkie. I'm sure we've got some crickets outside. I think the microphone just does a better job of not picking them up. Maybe use better speakers on computer for YouTube. I don't know. Like, it's weird. The audio levels seem to be good. I can't check the actual output audio levels because the freaking mouse died. This is going to be fun. Like, we were going to kill it here in about 30 minutes. And I don't even know how I'm going to do that. I had a wired mouse, but I don't know where it's at because I bought these for the stream. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Yeah, Albert, that's exactly what it tastes like. Lightning Bolt Racing. We're building a race car, man. We need to talk. What kind of Lightning Bolt Racing are you doing? Florida, stay safe. Oh, for sure. Is there another hurricane brewing? Like, I've been out of pocket. I don't even know what's going on. Yeah, lightning bolt. It's bigger, and you could only still see a little bit of it. I could show you a little more if the mouse worked. It does not. So all good, all good. Anyone seen PUNI Italian single malt? I have not. YouTube is better, just switched. You know, it's all good. I'm not trying to move people from TikTok. That's why we try to stream over there, but YouTube is better for sure. Yeah, it's got the full screen. It's widescreen. Now, we can pump widescrreen over to TikTok as well, but people have to turn their phone sideways, so I'm not real sure what kind of impact that would actually have. Like if you're on TikTok, if you're on YouTube and you watch stuff on TikTok, if you come across the live, if we shoot the widescreen to you, it's small and on the screen, and you have to like turn your phone sideways or click a button to get it full screen. Would you do that, or do you just say, "Oh, this is small," and I just move on? Right. So that's why I cropped it in for tonight's stream, and hopefully it shows up full screen. Like, I haven't even seen it. I don't think I can see my own stream from my own, like if I'm logged into my account, I cannot see my stream. So I have to like try to log in as a different profile, which is freaking hard. Like, it ain't giving me no option here to do that. I don't know. I thought, yeah, right here. Settings and privacy, switch account. I could switch. I have another account for work, which we've only posted a couple of videos. They did not do well. Our most viewed video on our other account has like 1,000 views. We did one about bourbon, and it had 2,000 views. So, such is life. So following, now I can view my live. Oh, see, it's full screen. It is full screen right there. That's me right there. That seems to be pretty good. That's got to be Inception. So it does show up full screen, but like, you know, portrait. So Alex says on TikTok, what do I think about Smoke Wagon? The Smoke Wagons I've had have been really good. I haven't had all of them. What does the ancient bottle look like? Okay, so this is, now we buy the big boys right here because we use it as a house bourbon. But there's ancient age and there's ancient age 10 star. Make sure what you're getting is the ancient 10 star. That's what we use for a house bourbon right there. It's made by Buffalo Trace. It's basically Blanton's, a little lower proof, not quite as complex and sophisticated, but very similar flavor profile. Kind of a lesser Buffalo Trace. YouTube, Big Hoss, Knob Creek Single Barrel Select 120 proof. I don't have one, but yes, please. I hear a lot of people, Wardam Steve, saying that rare breed is getting harder to find. It seems it was hard to find last year because of a glass shortage, but it seems to be everywhere right now for me. Rare breed is plentiful. Exactly. Seems to be everywhere. Rebecca says the audio sounds fine. Yeah, on TikTok, I think they were saying it was a little louder. TikTok just does weird things to the processing. They're still trying to figure out live streaming, and so they make it a lot harder, but they're starting to figure it out. All right, let me catch up here. Florida's politically correct, but hurricane crazy. Praying for folks in Florida. Yeah, apparently there's another hurricane. I didn't even friggin' know. I had no clue. Yes, E.H. Taylor at $100 or less is worth the buy. I would buy it at less than $100 for sure. Don't enjoy it. Ryan doesn't like E.H. Taylor. Lord, Ryan, don't take any recommendations I make, man. I love you hanging out. Thank you. Please continue to hang out with me here. Don't take any of my recommendations if you don't like E.H. Taylor. Honestly, TK, I don't know if I've ever just drank straight cognac. I don't know if I've ever even tried it. Let me know what I should try. What do you think about Smoke Wagon? Again, like I said, Smoke Wagon is, it's MGP source stuff, and I like MGP source stuff. Old Rip Van Winkle, 25-year worth of money? No. Good, yes. Worth the money? No. What's the best rye? To me, my favorite right now is Michter's Barrel Strength Rye, but it's hard to get. But like a normal Michter's Rye, pretty good. Hurricane Nicole. Like, whoa. I need to check this out. This may screw up some of my plans. When is it supposed to land? When is Hurricane Nicole supposed to land? Y'all got to understand, I live life in a very weird place. Like, I'm a very unusual individual. I have 150 TVs, it feels like. Most of them are monitors, but I have TVs in every room, but I just don't watch them. Like, I spend almost all of my time down here working on my business or trying to create content or live streaming or something like that. So we live stream twice a week. The other couple of nights I'm working, I'm trying to build thumbnails and, figure out why some videos don't work and do work. And then on weekends I'm working on cars or the house or something. So I just don't watch a lot of TV. That includes news and weather. Like, I just usually am generally oblivious to what's going on in the world unless it's really big. Like, if it's a really big thing, it normally works its way to me. But don't keep up with it. So y'all got to let me know when this happens. Like, my time for keeping up with the world, I have dedicated to y'all instead, creating some videos and hanging out with you on the live streams. Don't drink a lot of Japanese whiskey, Michael, over on YouTube. I need to. There's just so many bourbons to try. And we're buying so many cheap bourbons for videos. I just haven't been able to branch out a lot. I want to. If it were just me and I weren't creating for content and I were just drinking, I'd be branching out into all sorts of stuff at this point. You walk into your local liquor store, Coleman says on YouTube. What's the best bottle you can walk out with any day of the week? Wild Turkey Rare Breed. Adam's late but here. Thanks for joining, Adam. Appreciate it. No, I did not drink the 1970s beer. So we got this Weidemann beer here that my wife has told me she is afraid that I will die if I drink this beer. It is a pull tab beer, so I don't know. This can may be made out of lead as far as I know. But it is a Weidemann Bohemian Special fine beer, 12 fluid ounces. It's registered pure. What does that mean? I don't even freaking know. It's got some font up there that I can't freaking read, and this is a recyclable aluminum can with a barcode on it and all sorts of fun stuff. And I have not yet drank it. I would like to. But also, like, if I drink it and I die, I'm never going to hear the end of that argument, realistically. Or if I don't die and I get sick, I'm never going to hear the end of that argument. I know what you're thinking. If I did die, I would hear the end of it. I don't think so. I think for eternity, for the rest of eternity, I would just be hearing that. Like, that would be my own personal hell, right? I would just be sentenced to, I would be in this bar for the rest of my life, drinking that beer and hearing my wife fuss at me that I was going to die, or that I did die from drinking it. Tyler, same thing. Don't drink a lot of Irish whiskey. Rebecca, have you ever had a bottle that started out great but progressively worse the further down you got into the bottle? That does happen. Honestly, I had the Chattanooga Founder Series that I thought on first cork pop was pretty good. But if I went back to it thinking it would get better, I was like, this is one of those bottles you see in the review. I was like, this is one of these bottles I expect to get better. Like, it feels like with a little air to get better. It didn't. It didn't get better. So it happens. I heard Pappy 15 is the best. It's still overrated. It's still crazy expensive. I have not tried Hunter over on TikTok. I have not tried Macallan 12. Fallen says, Buffalo Trace anything. Wish we had the Ancient Age in Minnesota. They won't even ship it here. I mean, it should be distributed. It may be hard to find, but you would think they would distribute. I mean, Minnesota, right? I have not tried Macallan 12 or Warhorse Bourbon. First time trying Wild Turkey 101, $20, and it tasted so similar to $50 to $70 to $50. Yeah, $50, $70 bourbon. Wild Turkey 101 is very underrated. Not by people who just drink that don't get into the hype, right? Well, thank you, Justin. I appreciate you hanging out. Best bottle to impress at Thanksgiving, $50 to $100 range. Dude, buy the Rare Breed. Like, no joke. Buy the Wild Turkey Rare Breed or Rare Breed Rye. They're about $50 here. You can get them $40 to $45 in other places. Gonna do great. Woodford Double Oaked. That's a little more pricey here. I think it's like 60-ish bucks here. Gonna be freaking fantastic. You get you a Penelope Barrel Strength. I want to say that was $70, $80 that I bought right there. Fantastic. Any MGP barrel strength stuff, especially from a known brand, because they usually get earlier picks, right? Good stuff. Zombie scrolled out alive. Oh, the Wild Turkey comment. Own a liquor store and love watching your content. Well, man, Sofa King, we tried to get a liquor store sponsor, but we're trying to figure out if it's actually legal, because it's legal, but it's against the terms of service of these guys. Because we've got some ideas to give away some bottles, but sometimes my ideas are much more ambitious than the law will allow, whether that be just TikTok law or just like the United States. All right, jumping back over to YouTube. I get up to Nashville occasionally, not a ton. I've been there a few times. I've got to go to Louisville here pretty soon, but I don't think I'd have time to stop. Like, I got to get to Louisville. I gotta do it. Gotta get there. When I go, like, I gotta jet through, and I may have to. Like, I don't know. I think that's one way you can go. I don't really know. I think the quickest way may be through Atlanta, though. Let's see. What am I missing? Let's see. You're not sure it's not worth. Yeah, it's not worth it, Michael. It's not mine. Chris Scott said tomorrow around Lake Eufaula, but I don't know the context of what he's talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, Chris. What's happening at Lake Eufaula? Oh, you talking about the hurricane? Next 24 super chats. Gianni, I can't pronounce that. Gianni Jr. With the basically $20 super chat, man, with the sticker. Super sticker. Thank you for the support. That is awesome, man. We don't get many of those $20 ones. It still amazes me. It's funny. We had our other channel for like 5 years, and we never got a single super chat. We used to live stream every week. Never got a single one. And it still amazes me, the generosity of the bourbon community. It's crazy. And I'd love nothing more than someday to be able to make a living off of bourbon content. Like, that would be fun. Like, we could get really nuts if we could get it that big. Honestly, I may not even do that just so we could spend the money irresponsibly and continue to make it bigger and bigger and give more stuff away. That would be a lot of fun. It came ashore in Florida 3 hours ago. Lord have mercy. I didn't even know, Mike. I didn't even know, man. So as far as Nashville goes, I know the podcast over on YouTube, they're having a meetup. I want to say it's in the Nashville area in March. So I may be up in Nashville in March, man. Make sure you're in the Discord. Anytime I go anywhere, if you're in the Discord, I will post it over there, and you'll know, right? If I've got some free time, I'll let folks know, because I'd love nothing more than to hang out with the folks that support us here. TikTok Dave says, thoughts on Midwinter Night's Dram. All finished, lots of them high rye. Not my jam. I like them. I don't love them. Jumping back over, scoring E.H. Taylor for 50. Random Community TV says on YouTube, what's the most you'd seen on the secondary market? If you're talking about a small batch, they're usually $100-ish last time I checked. Now, you get crazy prices, but that's what I saw last time. Redemption 36-year bourbon for $36K. Better. I've never seen this. If it's 36-year-old, that's just nuts. Like, who ages a barrel that long? And I assure you, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. It's going to be exclusive. 36 years is too much. It's not going to be good, man. Could have bought a rare breed yesterday, but left with an old. Hey, the tradesman, I'm assuming you mean statesman. That's not a bad pick, though. Earlier you said you had the best looking bottle on the shelf. Would you share it? Okay, so the best looking bottle of whiskey to me are these Old Fitz decanter bottles right there, right? Like, that's just a beautiful decanter bottle of whiskey. Now, there's rumor that Old Fitz is dropping like a 19-year this year, I think 18, 19-year. And there's rumor that may be it. Like, Old Fitz may be dropping the decanter bottles. So, who knows? Who knows? Marcus says, love that. I got to remember that quote. I don't know. I'm full of quotes, man. What quote was it? Ryan won a Blanche for $33. Hey, sometimes that works out for you. I have not had Rio de Brazos bourbon. Knob Hill. I haven't had Knob Hill. Knob Creek's good. Haven't had Famous Grouse. Don't drink Lagavulin. I got that right? Lagavulin. Basil Hayden. Cheap. I mean, it's not cheap. It's easy drinking, easy sipping, Jim Beam whiskey. Not the type of stuff I drink. But it's fine. No hate if you do. A beer boot? Nah, not my thing. Haven't Had 10 Cup 10-year beer of choice is going to be Cigar City Maduro. That's my jam right now if I can find it. Didn't like Screwball. Fine mixer, but Elgor, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name there, but he loves me or she loves me. Thank you. Appreciate it. Haven't had Crossroads, High West Prisoner. Haven't had it. Three Fingers of Woodford Reserve. Nice. Jack Daniel's Rye. Haven't had Jack Daniel's Rye. I need to. Valencia Alex, thanks for the gifts. I appreciate that. Mars sharing the live. If you would, hit the likes for me, share the live out. Let's make sure we've got as many folks in here as we possibly can. I can't tell how many folks are actually in here because the way this is set up, it's really, really freaking complicated. I'm going to be honest with you. I could probably tell on YouTube by clicking over here. I don't know. Our numbers were down yesterday. Yeah, we're down right now. We might have been, we just kind of touched 100. Is Knob Hill. So Gino jumped over there. I haven't had Knob Hill. I just have Knob Creek. I don't know anything about Knob Hill. Anybody know anything about Knob Hill? Michael said we are stupid here. I'm so far behind. I don't even know what that was in reference to at this point. Mississippi Gulf Coast. I don't know. I need to go. I'm going down to Lake Charles, Louisiana on Saturday. And so I may try to hit some Gulf Coast places, but I don't know. Ancient Age is not in Minnesota. Ancient is not in Minnesota. Yeah, Ancient Age just passed. That's not the jam right there. Bought a Horse Soldier straight bourbon in Active Cactus says. Let me know if it's any good. Turned down a rare breed rye. It's always time to try more, for sure. Does anyone less like Wild Turkey 101? I'm not sure what you mean, but it's good. I don't know what the MSRP is on these guys. It depends on the year, I think, realistically. I don't think I paid a lot for that one. I want to say it was like 50, 60, 70 bucks. But it could have been like, I don't know. I don't think it was much more than that. I don't think it was more than that. Just curious why the 19 years would be better than, say, 30 year. So older just gets too oaky, right? So for me, bourbon is best at like 12, 13 years old. Kentucky bourbon. If it's like Tennessee, if it's in a different state, like Tennessee, you get further south, it can get warmer, right? So the further south you go, so like an Alabama whiskey could get more age. Texas gets freaking hot. And so a lot of Texas whiskeys at 3, 4 years old are already too oaky for me. So it just like after 12, 13 years, it doesn't get better. It just gets more oaky. And if you just want more oaky, like if more oak's what you're looking for, you're going to have a good time with the old stuff, right? What's a good one to start that won't burn your throat so bad and have a good flavor? So what you're looking for is low proof, right? The Basil Hayden somebody mentioned goes down pretty easy. I like the Old Forester 86 proof. Try that one. $13 per year usually, Nate says. Is the point of drinking scotch with ice to dampen the proof a bit? No, the point of drinking scotch with ice is to kill all those terrible flavors so that you can somehow muster up the courage to swallow it. Yeah, it could go either way, for sure. Have you tried the Oak and Eden series Yellowstone characters promoting? I have not tried Oak and Eden. Knob Creek 15 that tastes like straight tree bark. I like the Knob Creek 15, but yeah, it's pretty oaky. No, I like the Knob Creek now. I like the Knob Creek. I was just giving Nate a hard time about the scotch, though. Yeah, I understand, Joshua. All right, let me jump back over to TikTok. What am I missing? Haven't had Devil's River. I almost picked up a Winter Jack the other day, but I had a lot of bottles to buy, so I didn't get that. What is a cheap bourbon to keep in the collection? We don't have collections around here. We have selections. Means they're open and we're drinking them. Cheap. Evan Williams Bottle and Bond's probably the cheapest whiskey. I try to always have one on the bar, like 15. It's like 15 to 17 bucks depending on where you get it. Yeah, all of my ideas are not quite legal. Like we're trying to push the envelope here, and so sometimes, when you're in a regulated industry, that means you just might not be able to do some things you would like to do. Now we're trying to figure out ways around that, but we've got to get approval. Like I need approval to make sure our accounts don't get banned. So we're working on that. Just like some of these ideas I'd already be doing. We'd already be doing some of the games and different things to give stuff away. but I've got to like document it and find sponsors and send it to the platforms and get approval so that we don't get banned. I bought a bottle of the Old Fitz 17. Haven't had the courage to open it. I have one. I haven't opened it yet either. I'm going to. It just not something I've done. I've had a Black Saddle, but it's been a while, so I couldn't tell you. We drank it all, but honestly, did we or did we make a bourbon glaze out of it? I remember drinking it. I think I had a Black Saddle 12 year, and I thought it was all right. Jason on TikTok asked, what do I do for work? I'm in e-commerce, so we build websites that sell things. If anybody in here needs some e-commerce assistance, ping me. Let me know. How do you like the live? You talking about like live streaming? I enjoy live streaming a lot. Honestly, doing TikTok and YouTube is kind of difficult. It would be a lot easier on me if I just picked one. And honestly, I'm curious if they would probably be more successful if I would just pick one. Like it might be better to do YouTube once a week and TikTok once a week. That would honestly probably be easier to do. But I just like hanging out with everybody, so I'm probably making the wrong decision for me. What's the bottle? This is Old Fitzgerald 9-year. Super chat from Dwayne over on YouTube. Dwayne, I appreciate the success, even though there's no message there. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Comments on I haven't had Old Forester King Ranch, but I supposedly got one on the way, so I will shoot a video as soon as that comes in. Justin lives in Opelika. Nice, man. We're going to try to do a meetup. Make sure you're in the Discord. We're going to try to do a meetup or something. I'm trying to figure out a time next year that works because I'm gone all of December. I'm gone part of January. I'm gone almost all of March. And so I got to find a time, but we're going to try to do a get-together and invite everybody in Discords where we do it. Link is in my bio in my link tree. Texas in the house. All right, jumping back over to YouTube. It's much hotter on the nose than it is on the mouth. It's definitely a wheated blend. Rye is nowhere to be found. Seems naturally sweet. Overall, I really like it for a younger whiskey. Nice. Scotch is hot. I'm not a huge fan. Yeah, I get you. Everything spicy. What's going on, man? Do you like everything spicy? Have you tried Blood Oath Pact 8? I do have Blood Oath Pact 8. I only had like the neck pour, like one pour out of it. I liked it better than the 6 and 7. Evan Williams Single Barrel is pretty good. I didn't like it as much as the Bottle and Bond. We just tried one on a live stream the other day. Didn't love it. It was good. That is like if you're talking about like an easy sipper you can just get into, but they're really hard to find nowadays. Like I think they're like Kentucky only. So Dwayne, if you want to start collecting, I'm not the right guy. If you want to start selecting, which means you're opening and drinking them, like if you're collecting, just find things that have secondary value that you can buy cheaper and you collect them. If you're trying to find things to drink, I just dropped a video last week that's the top 5. It's actually 8, but top 5 bourbons for beginners. Ben, appreciate it, man. Thank you. Got 4 bottles so far. Gentleman Jack, TX Blended, Bushmills, Prohibition, Old Forester. That's a great start. Great start right there. I'd say do both to see the most people at the single time. Seems like you're very comfortable and easy hanging out. Yeah, I appreciate it. So, I mean, if you're talking about like in-person hangouts, we haven't had one yet. So there's a few events I'm going to go to that are ran by other people. I will announce those once I'm like confirmed and booked on those so that other people can go if they want to hang out. As far as in-person stuff, we would probably do something here in Opelika, maybe at the local distillery, so we could do something there with the barrel pick we're trying to do with them. So, I mean, both are fun. It's just like, what I'm hoping, and y'all have to tell me because I don't know. Like, I'm on this side. I'm seeing the chat. I'm missing a lot of chats. I'm trying to keep up. It's just a lot keeping up with both of them. We've got it set up to do the best we can, but realistically, if it's not fun or if you get agitated because I'm switching back and forth or I miss a few chats or something like that, y'all got to let me know. Like, we take that feedback very seriously, especially if you're a regular, right? Thanks, Ben. I appreciate it. Weller Special Reserve, it's fine. It's a good sipper. I wouldn't go out of my way for it. Any decent whiskey in the $10 to $15 range. Again, Evan Williams Bottle and Bond, unannounced. If you can get it, like it's 17 here, but it's 15 or less in a lot of places. Good stuff. Evan Williams Bottle and Bond. AF, love Four Roses. I like Four Roses a lot. Single barrel strength. They're small batch select, and they're limited edition every year. It's great, but I never can get it. Alex, don't drink a lot of Irish whiskey. I haven't. So, James, we were just talking about the King Ranch Old Forester. I've got one supposedly on the way. Haven't tried it yet. Haven't tried cinnamon whiskey from Scandalous. No. Arthur says it's overrated. I don't know which one we're talking about, but one dad bod, Woodford Double Oak. Great pour, man. Great pour. Yes, I've tried them. So which Jeffersons are you talking about? We've got Jefferson's Ocean. This is the wheated Voyage 22 that's fantastic. Behind it is Voyage 17. I didn't like a lot. This one is the Chateau, what is that? Chateau Pinchon Baron French. That's garbage, man. I don't like that at all. Take it easy, Linda. I appreciate you hanging out with me for a while. Yes, I did try the Still Austin Cash Strength. Honestly, don't even think of it as Texas whiskey. It's just a good bourbon. All right, Dwayne, check it out, man. Yeah, anytime, Tyler. Would I spend $2,000 on a bottle of whiskey? If I had it. Like, I'm irresponsible, man. If I had it, sure, but I don't. Like, I've never done that. Like, I've never spent that on a bottle of whiskey. Would I, if I had it and I really, really wanted something? Sure. But I don't. Like, I've never done that. Top three, Joshua, I'm really just about to start visiting all the distillers next year, so I couldn't tell you the top three to go to in person. Michael Madigan, I'd say it makes sense to do one platform at a time. It's got to be easier. I don't have TikTok personally. It's a little easier, but like if you didn't really notice or if it doesn't bother you tonight, I'm running both at the same time right now. My favorite whiskey so far, Ben, is William LaRue Weller. Show the bottle of what? This right here? The Old Fitz? I can't zoom in just because we're having a mouse problem. We've got a mouse. We do not have a mouse infestation. That's the problem. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. My friend gifted me a Maker's Mark FAE02 last year. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, I love the FAE. I like the FAE01 a little better, but the 02 was really, really good. Jumping back to TikTok. Gotta love drinking and, okay, Ethan, I mean, all right. Blue Run. Yes, the Blue Runs I've had are really good. Love watching your videos. Making my dad dry. All right, Tyler, I appreciate you hanging out, man. Sweetest bourbon. So bourbon tends to be a little sweet for me, but most Buffalo Trace stuff. So like the Blantons. What are we? I don't even know what we freaking poured here. Was this the blend of Blantons and Bowman of what we were blinding a minute ago? That stuff tends to be really, really sweet to me. Again, favorite beer, Cigar City Maduro Brown Ale. I drink mostly brown ales. If I go somewhere they have a good brown ale, that's what I'm going to pick. Not real hoppy, on the sweet side, usually higher proof. A little darker, richer flavor, right? Hosting a whiskey tasting event, what food would you pair? Not pair? What food would y'all pair with whiskey? Like, whiskey goes good with just about anything. I'm a meat and potatoes guy, so like I'm just going to pair it with some steak or something for the most part. But honestly, I think anything would work with a good bourbon. All right, actually, the King Ranch just sent me tracking numbers on that right there. I don't know if he's in the stream hanging out with us, but yeah, I do, Alex. I do, Alex. And if I had a mouse, I would just make you that moderator. I can't do it without the mouse. But yes, I need a moderator. Most of my moderators, I had some, most of them moved over to YouTube. So thank you, Dad Bod. I appreciate it. Old Elk Infinity Blend, haven't bought it. Had a chance, passed, probably should have bought it. Haven't tried Backbone. Yeah, I just answered the Blue Run. Most overrated. Man, any of the thousands of dollar whiskeys are overrated for sure. Elmer T. Lee's probably like my biggest disappointment of the price versus what it actually turned out to be. Facebook, appreciate the peppers, man. Alex sending some more TikToks. Thank you. Yeah, the only time a mouse infestation would have been handy is if this guy would have actually done something. He died. Like we're past our time. We normally try to cut it off at about 10 o'clock because I do have to work tomorrow. But I don't even, like, this is going to be fun. I'm going to have to, like, leave y'all live, lose all of my viewers, and go find a mouse to plug in and actually get that thing shut off. So, going to an event later, barbecue would be good. That's for sure. Yeah, absolutely. I poured more Blanton's. There you go. I don't even remember. I was talking. What's the newest? The Frey Ranch is probably, the Frey Ranch is the one we just opened, and that's what won the blind tonight. That's why Jill picked it, I assume, because she liked it so much in our last live stream. I need a cat. No, and of course, if you're just joining, we're talking about like the mouse on my streaming rig. It's on, but it like lost connection somehow, and so my mouse is not working on the rig. So I can't like click on anything. I can't add a mod. Like I can't do anything. It's just streaming. I can shut off YouTube because I've got it controlled on my laptop over here. But TikTok is controlled on that machine. Dwayne, the message was retracted. Okay, so I can't see your message. Sorry about that. And I'm also on top chat, so if I lost any messages over on YouTube, I apologize. I try to usually put it to all chat. All right, guys, I think we are going to call it. I had a good live stream. I enjoy y'all hanging out with me. We should be live next Monday at 8 o'clock Central Time. So same time, same place. I don't know what we're going to do. We're trying to build formats and actually do more things, more talking, less drinking, which I thought I did a pretty good job of here tonight. Kept the energy up pretty good, answered most of the questions. So I appreciate everybody hanging out here. And I'm going to have to figure out how to, I don't even know how to shut that one down. Like, Lord have mercy. Yeah, Ben, I appreciate you hanging out. Yeah, jump over to Discord. War Damn Steve, so right now I'm going to go, once I get this shut down on TikTok, I don't even know how to freaking, the Frey Ranch is tough to get here, but I bought it in Vegas. I think it's out west. But as soon as I get off of here, I'm going to jump over to Discord. If you're over on TikTok, Discord link is in the bio. We're just hanging out talking about bourbon. If you got any questions, me or someone in the chat will be happy to answer those. So make sure you jump over there. Follow, subscribe if you're not already. I don't know how you got here if you're not, but TikTok tends to send it out to a bunch of folks. So I appreciate everybody hanging out, and I'm about to kill YouTube right here. I'm going to pause for just a second, make sure y'all didn't miss anything, and then I'm going to kill it. And then I got to figure out how to freaking stop the TikTok stream. Like it's just an evergreen stream at this point. All right, YouTube.